Mommy P, good morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know everybody's waiting for me to be here before they come because of what happened yesterday. Okay, gracefully. You people were waiting for me to come first before you people will come. I don't blame you. I have to put on the lights. Let me come and put on the other lights. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. I was wondering. I said maybe you guys are angry. I'm coming. How are we doing? How's everyone doing? You guys are all welcome. DJ MTV, you guys are welcome. Guys, 1 second. Who is this? Okay. Oh, Bright Eyes, thank you. Thank you for joining my family, my official family. You guys don't mind me. You guys know everybody here is my family member, but this one is club member. Guys, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me 1 second, okay? Gracefully, what do you mean? What do you mean by club? Okay. What is that? Are you scared of club? You guys are all welcome. Let me quickly share us out. Bright Eyes, thank you for joining. Gracefully, you will not welcome Bright Eyes now. Oh, okay, host. Am I in the club? Hey, you are in the family one, but if you want to join them, if you want to join us, you can join. Next to my name, you see there's a box that says join. Yes, so when you click on that box that says join, it will guide you on how to join, okay? Yeah, it will guide you on how to join. You guys are welcome. Let me quickly share us out. Hi, and my hobby don't like club because don't let him hear. No, it's not that kind of club. This one is family. It's not club club. No, it's not what he thinks. Tell him it's not what he thinks. So guys, you guys are all if Yola joined yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it here yesterday. So, that was why you guys didn't know when she joined. So, but if you are very, very welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining my inner caucus. Let me use inner caucus. Is that okay? Gracefully EUT. If I use inner caucus, would that be better? Does that sound better? Oh, DJ MTV is in the house. Welcome, sir. Mega shout out to you. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, I'm trying to share us out real quick. Okay, I'm coming. Hey, the authentic clean, you are very welcome. Business studies, I see you. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. Okay, I just shared us out now. Okay. Oh, Bright Eyes shared us out too. Thank you, Bright Eyes. Thank you, Mommy P. Okay. All right. Jump on the membership, guys. Oh, Sharon and family is here too. Thank you, my sister. Thank you for coming. I appreciate every one of you. All right. You guys already know we started a topic last day before yesterday. Yes, but we could not conclude on the will I say the topic or the problem. Oh, thank you for visiting today. I really appreciate. Oh, my sister, don't mind me. You know how it is. I really, it has been tight for me since, but now things are getting better. Things are getting easy by the day. So don't worry, you'll be seeing more of me. That I'm talking to everybody. You guys will be seeing more of me now. Okay. All right. So you guys, I don't need to talk much about the membership thing because you already saw the most of us here already saw the video. So it's not a must do thing. It's if you like. Okay. Oh, host, I don't have money now. Oh, my sister, don't even worry about that. It's not a problem. Okay. It does not change anything. It does not change us. It doesn't have anything to do with our relationship. Everything still remains the same. I'm still the same person you guys know. But like I said day before yesterday, there is a reason for that. I've had this a long time ago, but I just didn't I didn't push it, but something happened. There's a reason why I had to push, I had to um accept the membership thing. So which I said we will discuss sometime soon. Okay, but for right now we have a pressing matter that we need to, continue the discussion and then try to see if we can help our sister out. So so day before yesterday we were on this topic, is it okay to cheat? And the reason we didn't conclude was because um I was streaming right from YT, so I could not drop any link for people to jump on for us to discuss. So, but today I'm using StreamYard, which means I can be able to drop links for people to come up and tell us what they think about it, so that way we can share our opinions and see, which way forward, which one is better, what do we do, or how do we help our sister. Okay. So before then, I just want to remind us that this is very sensitive. So for those of us that were not here day before yesterday, I'm just going to quickly, hint you guys on what is going on. Okay. She's a sister. She has two kids, and the marriage is about 3.5 years old. Okay. And then the husband cheated on her like 3 times. The first time she forgave, the second time she forgave, and then this is the third time. And she decided to leave the marriage. Okay. But on telling her people what's up, they were like, no, you have to go back, that it's a normal thing. It does not matter. That all she needs to do is forgive him. And the guy on his own side is, yes, he's kind of begging for forgiveness, but at the same time, trying to, let her know that it's not a big deal, that it's a normal thing. So everybody is saying, the husband is saying, it's not enough for her to leave the house. Her family, everybody is saying it's not enough for her to leave the house. But she herself, she feels she's done, you know, that since he oh Judy is in the building. Hey. Okay, my sister said she has a question. Please, I have a question. When someone is monetized and I am playing no, Mommy P, this is not the discussion right now. Okay? When we come to that kind of discussion, we will discuss it. So we have a pressing issue right now. So we cannot deal with this with that here. Okay? You know how to reach me. You always reach me with that question. Okay? Yes. So so like we were saying, right now, because we don't have too much time to spend here, I'm gonna be dropping the link. Okay, those of you that were here last time, which was day before yesterday, feel free to jump on the link. Those of you that are here right now, Didi Uncle, I see you. So those of you that are here right now and you understand the gist, okay, you can also feel free to jump on the link. And then let me also remind us that we cannot have more than 5 people up here. And it would be nice if we can do it maybe 2 people at a time, so we don't have too many people up here. Okay? Yeah. So I will be dropping the link right now for us to jump on. Okay. So I just dropped it now. Servant David, you are very, very welcome. Oh, he's watching ads. Okay. So guys, I just dropped the link right now. Feel free to jump on the link and then share the screen with me. Yeah, gracefully EUT. If Didi Uncut, it's you guys want to jump on the link right now. GKH, you're free to jump on the link too. It's your turn to jump on the link. Life with Angela, how are you? Welcome, Biko. She said I should welcome me, Biko. My dear, I welcome you. Seven David, I welcome you to our best kitchen. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so don't worry about that. That is not a problem. All right. Yes. Okay, guys. So as we were saying, I am waiting on who. Oh, Slay, thank you, my sister. Thank you for the beautiful thumbs up, and thank you for being here. All right, you guys are all welcome. So feel free to jump on the link. I dropped the link for you guys gracefully. Feel free to jump on that link if you allow GKH. So I'll be waiting for you guys. So while I'm waiting for you guys, fine. The contribution we made day before yesterday was, it kind of helped, but it went a long way, but not that far. It went like halfway. So that's why I decided that we will have to, whichever way, talk about it once more. Okay. Had Ifyola. Ifyola, did you hear that? GKH is talking to you. So guys, it kind of went halfway, but really she's not that convinced. Hey, Trisha King is in the building. Trisha, you're very, very welcome. Mega shout out to you, my sister. You are welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Yes. So, like I was saying, it kind of went halfway, but she's not that convinced. So if you guys can help me, because what I told her is, oh, African Manila. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. I see the way you guys just pop in, like, you guys take me unawares. The next thing I see, I just see somebody jump in the house. Okay. So it kind of went halfway, but she's not really, convinced. So if you guys can help me in convincing her, making her know or letting her know the reasons why she should hang in there. I was kind of telling her that it's not that it's not okay to cheat. It's not okay at all. But in some cases you just have to deal with it, especially when you love the person. Dealing with it, that I mean, does not mean you just stay in there and watch him cheat on you. No, you're not just going to be less busy days watching him do that, but you need to just go down on your knees and pray to God, and at the same time talk to him. And if he's that kind of a person that likes traveling, and will agree to travel with you, it will not be a bad idea for both of you to just have some time together, just the two of you. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I'm going to drop the link again. All right. So feel free to jump on the link. This link is different. It's not that kind of link. So don't be scared to jump on it. Okay? So, yes, I dropped the link again, and hopefully. Oh, Trisha, thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. So, that's the link right there. Have you seen the link now? Yes, that's the link right there. So if you jump on that link, it will just direct you to where you're gonna type in your name. So that way, when you get up here, people can see your name, and if it's somebody that does not have you, the person can go check you out, and see if he or she wants to be part of your family. Okay. Yeah, so while we're waiting on you guys to jump on the link, okay, so that's how far I went with her, and then letting her know that it's not that it's not like it's okay, because that's the third time, but at the same time, it's not that bad that it can be controlled. Okay, yeah, it's not that bad that it cannot be controlled. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys think. Anytime I'm here, I don't know, anytime I'm here for my just official to do my talk show, somehow these flies will just find their way to me. I don't even know how. But anyway, I see link, but I want to hear the story first. Oh, okay, you didn't hear the story. Okay, I just what happened is a friend of mine, well, I say she's a sister, she's not really a friend. Okay, she's into a 3.5 year marriage. Her marriage is 3.5 years old, and then she has two children. Okay, so her husband cheated on her 3 times. The first time she forgave, second time she forgave, and then this third time she's saying she's not gonna forgive. Okay, and then she went home to tell her parents, only for them to tell her to go back to her husband's house, that it's okay, that it's a normal thing. Okay, according to her mom, she said her dad did it, so that it has been like that, so that there's nothing wrong in that. But to her, it's very, very wrong. It's not okay. And you know how it is. She said he did it the first time, she forgave. The second time she forgave, but this third time she's not going to forgive, and that she's leaving. All right, not considering the children. Okay, so that's the story. And the husband on his own side, he doesn't see it as anything, even though he's apologizing though, but he's seeing it that that's not enough reason for her to leave the house. Okay, yeah, so that's the story. Servant David. mommy b mommy b said the man needs to receive some slap to correct his senses. My dear, who's going to slap a man? Is it the woman that will slap her husband? Wow. No, that's not advisable, because it might turn out to be something else. You know how it is now. Maybe after slapping, the case will now turn around. Nobody will want to talk about the man anymore. It will now be the woman. The story will now change to why did she even slap this man? Why did she slap her husband? No, you don't have to type. Just jump on the link and come up here. So don't worry about typing. Okay, you don't have to type. All you need to do is I drop the link. Let me drop the link again. I don't know. It looks like you guys are scared. Last time you guys wanted me to drop the link and then I didn't have it available. Today I have the link and nobody is jumping on the link. Why? Okay, so I have the link again. Feel free to jump on the link. Who am I having first? GKH, can you please jump on the link and share this screen with me? Yes, that's another point. Mommy P. Mommy P is saying, I understand my beautiful mommy. Women have to bear a lot of things because of the children. Exactly. That was my main point. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that was my main point. Jumping, leaving the marriage. Who's gonna suffer? You're not gonna suffer. Your husband is not gonna suffer. The people that will suffer are the children. Okay. Okay. Servant David is coming up. Hello, my brother. You are very welcome. Thank you for jumping on that link for me.
Blessed greetings to your host.
Same here.
Blessed greetings to all of everyone who's in the chat. Blessed greetings to you all as well. You know. Um. First and foremost, I'm the type of person who is I'm not like the average human. So I answer things and I view things different. Okay. In that situation, the way you explained it, all right, and I'm not just here just to give my view on hearsay. I'm also giving my view off of experience as well. Okay.
Okay.
Um, slightly, but real quick. I was married twice. You know, and well, I'll tell you about that in a little while. To answer the question, I feel like whether she goes back to him or not, she must forgive him, especially if she's a true believer in God or a Christian or whatever. She must forgive. If she believes in God and she wants to please God, she has to forgive him, whether she goes back to him or not.
Mhm.
I also believe that what the mother told her was wrong. It may her father may have done it, but it doesn't make it right. It's not right. And if the man or the woman cheats and feels it's okay and this and that, they should consider, would it be okay for their spouse to cheat? How would they feel? You know?
Exactly.
And that goes back to treat others the way that you would want to be treated. She has the right to um to leave if she wants. I'm in the USA. Other countries, they handle things a little different.
Hmm.
That's not my place to tell them how to do, you know. But they run things the way they run things. If she is going to go back, I strongly, and even if she isn't going back, even if she can't find the money, she better find the money if she need money. But I would advise her to go and get tested for every single disease or infection that there is. There are STDs and there are STIs. STDs are sexually transmitted diseases.
Mm-hmm.
STIs are sexually transmitted infections.
Yeah.
I would advise her to get tested. If she is going to stay, still get tested, but he must as well get tested. And him as a man, or yeah, he well in age he's a man, but mentally I would have to say he's a boy or a young man, because and he doesn't have a conscience. He's not. It's not just them. You understand what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
just them. It's him, her, and then the three. Did you say three kids she have?
No, two.
Okay, two kids. Can she still get pregnant?
Yeah, why
Possibly.
not? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she can possibly still get pregnant. If he's out there cheating and he catches something, he then infects the baby.
That's it.
You understand? I mentioned that I was married twice. You
Yeah.
know, married, divorced, didn't work out, wait a few years, and then I remarried. And after that first divorce, I said I would never do it again. Which sometimes that's that's proof we should never say never. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I did marry again. And in the beginning the relationship was pretty good. It was all right. It was pretty good. And when I say the beginning, I mean like maybe the first year and a half. It was pretty good. Then things started to get rocky, financially and this and that. Then the relationship, with financial issues in a marriage or in a household, you know, um, things tend to get out of hand at times.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be violence or whether it be cheating or whatever. She started to cheat, basically. Long story short, and I tried to make it work. I forgive. In the beginning, I wasn't sure. You see me, I'm like I said, I'm different. I don't like to be accused of anything unless, especially if I didn't do the thing. So in return, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, especially if they didn't do it. Sometimes us men, mostly women, when you guys maybe sometimes have problem in a relationship, you would do things that seem like you're cheating and you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're over your sister house. He calls your sister and you say, "No, I haven't seen her in so long," etc., etc. Okay, and I'm trying to speed this up as fast as I can, but
Okay.
I I, I tried to make it work as much as I could. You know what I mean? And in 2018, I got married in 2013. In 2018, I was diagnosed with lung cancer, skin cancer, and full blown AIDS.
Wow.
I got the AIDS from her.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's very important to get tested, even if you don't suspect cheating.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
to answer the question, should she go back? I can't say if she should. I would have to advise her to follow her heart. And that would take a lot of, and don't just go off of her emotions.
Yeah.
Take time to calm down. She needs some space. She needs to take time to calm down, go into deep prayer with God if she's a believer, and some fasting and some praying and pray about it. And
Exactly.
maybe she does need to leave for now. Or maybe she does need to leave for good. Or maybe she doesn't need to leave. That's just my short view on it. And yeah, cheating is never good. Never
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, Servant David. But I have a quick question for you. I hope you don't mind. Okay, it might be personal. Feel free to answer me, or if you like, you don't have to. So my question is this: have you ever do you regret leaving your very first marriage?
Do I regret leaving like
Yes.
divorce?
Yes. The very first one.
I'm not gonna say I regret it
Mm-hmm.
because I don't really have any big letdowns or big regrets in my life because I feel like anything that has happened in my life
Mm-hmm.
is part of me and has helped build me to be who I am today. You know, so I wouldn't say I regret, but of course, you know, the marriage didn't work, but it wasn't always bad. So there were good times. So I'm gonna remember that, and I miss that. And even with the second wife, there were good times, like I said. So I'm gonna reminisce sometimes, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
regret, no.
No. Okay. Thank you so much for answering that question.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Okay, so we have our brother GKH in the building. Mega shout out to you, my brother. Respect, man.
Yeah, big respect to everybody in the chat and people on the panel. How you doing today? How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I am kind of still no. Yeah, I think like have another 14 minutes before I'm officially away from work, but my thing is turned off now. So yeah, I'm here, and we are talking
Okay.
about cheating, right? I kind of missed
Yes.
some of the preamble because I was switching between work and here. I kind of
Okay.
missed some of it. But without being extremely sure, did I say bless up to everyone in the chat? Bless up, respect. All right. Um, as it relates to cheating, cheating is never cheating is never good.
Hey, we have somebody coming in. I'm just gonna let her up here and then she'll just
Right?
listen. Hey, sweethearts. That is Trisha King, guys. Trisha,
Right?
you're very welcome.
Cheating is
My brother.
never ever good. It hurts, and especially when you have a union like a marriage, I think it's even worse. And then you have people are more committed going into a marriage as against two people meeting and they kind of feel they want to kick it together. And so you start to invest so much time and other resources within that when you actually get married. And then there's a whole business of children. And that complicates the whole thing because when that cheating starts and you have to go your different ways, the kids suffer real bad. And I could never ever endorse cheating from no angle at all. But for this sister, I don't want to tell her to leave. What I want to tell her is to give this man some ultimatums. There comes a time when you have to say, listen, let's sit down and discuss this. If we
Yeah.
can't stop doing this, then we have to go our ways. Give them some ultimatum. This is a marriage. This is not two people just trying to kick it together. Like they met at the bar and they think like, hey, I like you. Can I stop over? This is a marriage. And it's sometimes it's very hard. It's very hard, but sometimes the best thing to do is to go. And let me tell you something. A lot of people believe that they meet someone and it means that it was a divine intervention for them to stay together forever. No. There are a lot of people that comes into our life just for a season. God allowed them to be in our lives for a season and a reason. And sometimes we go against our better judgment because sometimes we saw the signs before we got entangled, but we don't want to accept it. Sometimes in that small, still voice, God tells us, He's telling us not to, but you don't want to listen. So we jump into things because it might seem to be some kind of a security. Everybody wants to be comfortable. I see
Yeah.
something new that I think can enhance my life. I'm seeing little signs that I don't like, but I still go into it, hoping that somewhere down the line we can come to the
It
table
will
and
get
fix
better.
it and get it wrong. I remember some years ago, a professor of mine. I still do a problem with math, and a professor. I went to this professor to get extra teaching on math, and I will never forget something. I was talking about. I just got my first kid, and I had to move to the big city and away from the boy. And I was just talking about my life with him because he's someone I could talk to. And it got around to talking about the kid's mom and some stuff that had went down. And he said this to me, I'll never forget it. Never, ever. That man has died and gone. He said to me that, Steve, never take up a partner with the view to change them. Never take a partner with the view to change them. And it means either side, whether it's a man to a woman, whatever. Never ever do that. And then he went on to say, and he draw this analogy. He said, like, if you get a woman who smokes and you don't like smoking, and she stopped smoking just because they say, oh, we're in love, I want to be da 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 da. Whenever there's a problem, she will probably pick that cigarette right back up. Sometimes even if she don't want to, but just to needle you. And it works both ways. It works both ways. The man will do it out of spite to just hurt you. So if you cannot live with someone with all of their little things about them, their little imperfections and so on, don't enter into that relationship.
Yeah.
Do not do that. Because the first thing you're going to hear is that this is the way you saw me when you met me.
Yes.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my little bit for now. I would want to like to hear more things so I can jump on it. So, yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Welcome, Trisha.
Trisha, welcome. You can unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Hi, good evening.
My classy lady.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Hi, GKH. Hi, everyone in the chat. So I'm going to be quick because I know that other people want to come on as well. Yeah. So, the last time we were talking about this, and I said, I know that a lot of people are going to think that, it is wrong to leave. We're all Christians. I'm a Christian. I'm proud to say I am a born-again Christian. But that being said, I've lost a friend to this kind of thing. So I'm talking from a place of passion. I'm not going to go into much details because she's gone now, and I know she's going to be with the Lord. But I'm just going to give just a little story about her. Okay. So she went through this for a very long time. Okay. She went through domestic violence. She went through a cheating marriage. And obviously everybody kept saying, stay, pray, pray about it. And of course she did pray about it. She stayed. But my point here, the point I'm making is, even when you're praying, you have to have a discerning spirit. All right. I know that the Bible says that God hates divorce, but let's look at it this way. Would you rather die in the marriage or just give yourself a break? Like Adadola said last time when we were on the stream, she said, you don't have to have a divorce, but you could just leave that environment for a little while, just for a little while, and try to see if you can sort things out. But what I don't understand is when people say, stay there. Okay. I was reading, whilst GKH was talking, I was looking at the chat, and Mommy P said something. She said that, you don't want to raise kids on your own. And that is one fear that a lot of women have because of the fact that, I don't want to raise kids on my own, so I'm going to stay there. And that is the stigma that a lot of women have just because of the fact that they're thinking of raising kids. And of course, it is not easy to raise kids on your own because you need the father. The father is a role model for their life. Yeah. But then Nazo Eze said something that struck me on the chat as well. She said, you still don't want to raise kids in an environment that is toxic, that is full of, what did she say? I wrote it here. She said it is not good to raise kids in a toxic environment. An environment that is full of domestic violence that will affect your children mentally, emotionally, and it will stick to them forever. I was watching a video the other day, and in that video, the lady made a statement that got to me. She said, don't bring your children into your bitter moments. Okay? When you have bitter moments, please do not bring your children into it. Let them enjoy their childhood, because it will stick there forever.
Forever.
They're going to grow up thinking that my dad never loved my mom and my dad fought all the time. And most times it happens that they also go into their homes and have the same traits.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say to your, is she your friend or your sister? I'm not going to say leave the marriage or, be in a hurry to leave, but ask God to give you the grace to leave that environment just for a little while. Weeping may last all night, but joy comes in the morning. If you can just leave for just a little, because sometimes you just need to clear your head of there's so much trash going on. You just need to clear your head. You don't want to get your children involved. You don't want to see your children see you fighting all the time. Your children seeing that environment of unkindness, of harsh words. Do you understand? And I know it's easy to say, oh, when we're having our moments, I'm going to send the kids to the other room. Or, oh, no, they're still going to listen. Mm-hmm. Children are very smart. They're still going to hear every single word that you utter. And they'll come back and say, Mom, you said that the other day. You said that to Dad. And Dad, you said that to Mom. And, so it's really up to you to make that decision. If you want to stay, you could stay. If you want to leave, it's entirely up to you. There's nothing we're going to say here that would change your decision. But the only thing I'm going to say before I stop talking is think about it. Would you rather give up your life in a marriage or just get out of that environment for a very short while? And, like Adadola said last time, you could go for counseling. I've seen many people that went for counseling and never changed anything, to be honest. It didn't change. But your situation might just be different. So try it out and put God at the center of it. Tell God to take charge. But I would never say stay in an abusive relationship just because of the kids, just because you want to raise kids with their father. I'm not cut out for that one, to be honest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my sister. So it looks like we're all saying the same thing, which is try as much as you can, but if it's not working out, just do what you have to do. Because whether we like it or not, the thing here is this: they already have children involved in the marriage. So that is what is, kind of tying the two of them together.
Yeah.
If not for the children, I mean, what is there to lose? Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, Trisha just made all the points. You cannot, because you want the man in the house, and then mess up your children's life. Because these children of nowadays, whether you like it or not, they are very smart.
Yes.
Whatever they see stocks up here. It stays there and it does not go anywhere. So we'll also have to try to be careful. And they learn very fast.
Yes.
Things like this, they learn. Tomorrow when they get married, they want to behave like that. They'll be like, that's how my dad did it. That's what my dad did, and it worked. It didn't affect anything. My mom was still there, but they won't understand the emotional trauma the woman went through, all in the name of staying in the marriage just for you guys, to have a better life, So, I mean, it's heartbreaking, but another thing is, okay, go ahead, my brother.
Well, I kind of hate to somewhat play the devil's advocate here. Well, let me just go back to the whole business of the children being very smart. These days, technology has been moving in leaps and bounds, and we understand as a result of that, we are now getting to see children operating differently. 20 years, 30 years ago, we didn't have technology the way we do now. And so we never really get to understand how smart children are. It is just because of technology we are getting to realize, like, hey, because they're onto this thing. Well, let me tell you something, guys. Children are always smart. Whether now or 50 years ago, they were always smart. Why we are getting to realize how smart they are is only because of technology and the things we see them doing on it. But they were always smart. And if we can only go back in our minds, just go back and remember when you were a kid. Do you think you were stupid? No, you're aware of everything that was going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what we need to do is to remember what used to scare the crap out of us, living in a home and seeing things not going right, even if there's no domestic violence. Let me tell you something. I remember as a kid growing up, and I realized that come one evening, there's no food in the house. And I can look at my guardians, parents, and see the looks on their face. And I became very, 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 very concerned about it. Because these people are supposed to be taking care of your world, and they are there not being able to provide. And as a kid, 4 or 5 years old, I could sense that there was this dread, this fear. And those are many years ago. And people tend to become very conceited, and they just want to just lash out and forget that kids are all they're about is about their feelings, you know. And the kids are there. We're so caught up in our feelings.
Yeah.
The kids are there. They can pick up even the vibrate. You don't even have to speak for them
Yes.
to pick up that something is wrong. Sometimes
That's
it's the feeling, that tension is so palpable. They can feel it. Think about when a child is just born. They cannot speak. If you speak to them, they don't understand what you're saying. But they will bond. They will bond with you. Why? Because children are born. God made us that way. In our early years, I think they call instinct is like a sixth sense. And so when we got to a certain point in our life, we kind of lose that sixth sense somewhat, because we are now able to rationalize and to discuss things and analyze and all of that beautiful things. But children, they go from feeling, there's this sense of knowing danger when something is wrong, way more effective than what it is for us right now. And when it comes on to problems in the home, you know, I want to like try to address it, but I get really concerned when children are involved.
Yes.
It's something that cut me to the core, man. You know, years ago, I was in a relationship, and I realized that there were few things not going right. And I asked the lady of the day to let's sit down and talk, or let's go to a counselor. Well, 2 weeks went past. No, 1 week went by. She didn't say anything about what was going on to go to a counselor. And I asked her again, because I have 2 boys in the home. And she had well, 3. Her son was here as well, and I fathered all of them. And I asked her again after a week. And another 2 weeks go by, and she didn't respond, didn't say anything about it. And I decided that I saw this thing was kind of going sideways, you know, and I decided that maybe it's just time to leave. I took my kids.
Yeah.
I left everything that I own except my clothes in that house. Everything that I bought. I was in a good job at the time. And I took my kids out. I say that to say a lot of men tend to walk out and leave the kids and the lady is now feeling desperate, or the lady will continue to stay in the abusive relationship because she's thinking that she needs the man. And that's it's a bad place for a lot of us men have put women in that position. I walked, though I took my kids. I took one bed out of that house for my boys to sleep on it. And I said, everything else you can keep it. I'm gone. You don't want to talk. If we can't have counseling, we're not going anywhere. Because rather than stay there, And have my kids seen us going back and forth. I remember I was a kid. I never liked seeing that in my household. Never. So for this lady, I would suggest that she approach the gentleman with the view to them to get some kind of counseling. I don't know where it's at this point. I don't know how bad it is. But she should not continue to stay in such an abusive situation. And I don't care. I mean, we all over different opinions. So we're going to say, oh, she should stay. I'm not telling her to stay. Even the Bible tells us if it's not going right, you can separate. It didn't say divorce, but it said you can separate. Because even God in his wisdom saw that these things would happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if it means that she needs to get herself out of there for a moment, do it.
Can I just add to that?
Go ahead.
Just very quickly. And I also think I'm also talking from the point of view of a woman. I also think that one of the reasons why, like GKH said, one of the reasons why a woman always thinks that she needs the man is because of the stereotype that women are meant to be full-time housewives. Okay, so just stay at home and look after the kids. Don't worry, the man will go to work to bring all the money in, so that way she depends on the man financially for everything that she requires, for everything that she needs. So, and now she's leaving and she's thinking, oh my God, how am I going to cope financially? I mean, I have to resort to begging to eat. So these are all the things that make women stay in an abusive relationship, even though they know that they need out. So the only advice as well to women will be, even if you're a full-time housewife, just try to, I don't like to use the word housewife. I like to say homemaker. Okay, just try to do something, no matter how small. I was having this conversation with a friend, just try to do something, no matter how small, to get some kind of income coming in for yourself. So that if you find yourself in a position where you have to move out immediately, then you're not thinking about, oh my Lord, how am I going to cope? Then you're begging. I know it's a difficult position. Mothers, you all know how difficult it is to raise kids and work at the same time. So even though you're at home, being a homemaker, try to do something as well. For me, I was working as a software analyst in IT. Give you a very brief example of myself. I was working as a software analyst. I was doing very well. I was doing really, really well. Sorry, if I stop, my son just came in. I was doing really well. But then, okay, go, I'll give you. But then I was struggling with childcare because I've got 2 kids. I've got a daughter at 7 years old and I've got my 2-year-old. And I had a discussion with my husband and he said, okay, why don't you stay at home and just look after the kids while I go to fend for the family? And I thought, okay, right. I didn't just want to sit down and do nothing. So even as I do YouTube, even as I make my content with a purpose. I've become an affiliate. So every time you see me come and make a video and I'm showing you this hair, I'm showing you that hair, I have my affiliate link there. And I always say in the description box, if you like any of those things, if you buy, it's a way of supporting me as well. So just look for something, even if it's your YouTube, try to make a living out of it whilst you're waiting to get monetized. There are other things you could do. You could become an affiliate, you could, be a brand ambassador and things like that. So I think I'm going to stop because my son is crying now. But thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Trisha.
Okay.
So, as you guys can hear from her, she made a very big point here. Okay. One thing we have to all know is this: being a housewife, whatever you call it, homemaker, housewife, it's also a job. It's not a career, but it's a job. Okay, in the sense that let's put it the other way. If I decide now, okay, let me go work, and I still need those things to be done at home. I still need my home to be cleaned. I still need my kids to be taken care of and all that. I will have to pay for the services. Okay? But the difference there is you are the mom, so nobody pays you. You're doing it for yourself. So I want us to all know that Being a housewife or a homemaker or what is also a full-time job of its own. But the only difference is there's no income coming in. So the only way you can, you know, support yourself if you're in that shoes, just like Trisha said, she told us about herself right now and told us what she does for a living right now, you know, to help to support the family. That is one way. Another thing you can do is, you know, learn to do certain things. Like, okay, I'm going to also use myself as an example. Okay, some of you, when I started my life newly, I showed you guys my business. You can do buying and selling from home. You don't have to have a store to do that. I turned my garage to my store. One of these days, I'm just going to make a video of that. Okay? I make jewelries with my hand. You can learn crafts, different kind of things, and sell them while you're home. Sometimes you might think, you know, going out there, I'm not that kind of a person that likes to work under somebody or go to the office. No, I'm not an office person. I'm a business person. Okay. I can very soon, you guys are going to be seeing me wear my t-shirts, wear my custom made t-shirts with my name on it and all that. I make them myself. If you check out one of my videos, you'll see there's a video that I have a t-shirt with the African print patch on it. I made it myself. Okay, there are so many things you can do. You can even make more money than those people that go to work. Okay, so we as women don't see it as an excuse that, okay, you have this. Yes, you might not be making that much money, but remember, what you are to your husband is you're his helper. Okay, you're not supposed to be the main person, but if God puts you in that position to be the main person, that is also good. But if not, just support the little you can and try to save some too. Because like Trisha said, in this case, you know, one of the reasons why women are stuck there and they die there is because they don't have any source of income. And because you don't have any source of income, you're stuck there. You take anything, anything they tell you, you be there because you wouldn't even know where to start from. But when you have something going on for yourself, my God, nobody will take you for a ride, even though that, yes, you're there, you love your husband and all that. Somebody like Gracefully, we don't pray for that, but if anything should happen to her right now, she has her own handiwork. She makes wigs, she sells wigs, she does these things at home. I don't know if I think so, because from her videos, you can tell that, you know, she does all these things at home and she makes money too. So you staying at home is not an excuse. You can always, YouTube, there is nothing you will look for on this YouTube that you will not find. Okay, you can come here on YouTube and type how to learn to make this, how to do this, and it will pop up. You can learn from your home. Okay, so yes, so you know what we're trying to say here is even though the lady in question has something doing, okay, she has something doing, so I don't think that's her problem. Her problem is that everybody around her is telling her that it's okay, that she does not have to leave because her husband is cheating on her or what or cheated on her, you know. But to her, it's not okay, you know, because he's indirectly killing her emotionally. Okay, which I understand how she feels, you know. So, you know, she feels that the best way is to just leave. And I'm telling her, don't leave. But if you need a break, take a break. You know, taking a break might change things, it might turn things around. That's what I think. So if you guys, if any other person has something to say, feel free to say it. And then if somebody wants to jump on the link, I'm going to drop the link again.
Which host? That leads me to ask the question though.
Go ahead.
And because the first time I heard you mention this thing, I thought about, you know, the background in terms of how this person was cultured. Because you're saying here that a lot of people are telling this lady to not leave, which is kind of not what we are used to in my side of the world, my neck of the woods, where people are today and where their minds are. Everybody, all women are feeling liberated and speaking that way now. And this reminds, kind of bring me to the point where, is it a cultural thing? Is that the kind of culture she lives in?
No.
Because it's kind of weird to her being going through that, and other women are not saying leave. Because in my country they say leave the boy. Everybody will be like leave him. You know. So it's kind of strange for me hearing that she's going through all this.
No, but remember what you had,
telling her to stay.
You had Trisha. You see, it's just a normal thing, for us to say, oh no, don't leave your marriage. Because let me tell you, that was why I asked our brother Servant David that question. See, it's not an easy thing. It's not simple. Yes, let me say it's not easy to leave your marriage, because remember, it does not end at just leaving the marriage. There are so many things involved.
I agree. Yeah, it's complicated.
It's complicated. You will have to go through a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people, even after 5 years, have not even survived what they went through. Some people have not even gotten themselves back. So that's why we keep saying, oh, my sister, thank you for that golden slap. Thank you, my sister. Roxanne, I appreciate you. Thank you. So it's not an easy thing, to leave the home you already know, somewhere that you already relaxed, you've called your home, and then you already hang your clothes, you feel at home, and then tomorrow you're saying you're packing your stuff to leave the house.
That right there, that's the crux of mankind's problem. We're all afraid of the unknown. One of the biggest things for the humankind is to accept changes. When we get comfortable into a situation that we know everything works, it's the biggest, hardest decision to step out of what you already are comfortable with into the unknown. And that's why a lot of us go through a lot of what we go through. I can raise my hand to that. I can attest to that. That there have been situations when I should have just simply go, and I hang around because you're thinking, but what if I step out and it doesn't work? What if? There's this fear, and fear is a universal language, and it grips us sometimes. And sometimes our best life is still ahead of us.
Yeah,
and we take forever to get into it because we are scared of letting go. Even if we're holding on to fire and it's burning our hands, we're scared to let go because we don't want to make that step out there. We don't know where we're going. Yeah. That's the crux of our problem. The funny thing about it, the Bible tells us that if God can take care of the sparrows, the birds, if God can and have been taking care of the birds, mere birds, what about us, you think, who is made out of his own image? We just need to stand on our faith, stand on that faith, stand on that promise that God had promised us, and move. Because let me tell you something. For everybody sitting in this watching this chat right now and be a part of it, you tell me. I want you to take 5 seconds and think about any problem that you have faced since you've been a child at a certain age, like into double figures, to this very day, that have not been solved. You just think about it. Any problem that you came upon and you think that, oh my God, I'm going to die. You're looking back at it right now, smiling and laughing like, oh my God, I thought I was going to die there. Let me tell you something. God takes care of all of us.
Yeah.
And we just make sure that when you're going to make your move, make sure you're doing the right thing in terms of you're not the problem. As long as you're not the problem and you move out on faith, God will put you into a better position than anything you're in at the moment. But this fear, we have this fear, we don't have the faith to move. That's what's killing us. That's what's killing us. Gracefully, how are you?
That is so true. Grace for the EUT is on the building.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Good evening to you. From
By the way, guys,
everyone.
she made her week herself. Whatever you see her have on
Of
her
course,
head,
so.
she makes it herself.
Grace, can I get a discount? Because I'm going to need a wig myself.
Unfortunately, presently now I only deal on women's week.
Oh,
Maybe in the future after I create a website and everything, I will start.
that sounds like discrimination here. What's going on?
I just said in the future I'm going to invest also in men's week.
Okay.
Yeah.
First customer.
Meanwhile, guys, while we're up here, please, I want everybody to pay attention to the chat. So if anybody asks a question or if there's any comment on the chat that we need to address, we'll kind of read it out and address it. Yes. So our sister Roseanne's Vibe just said something. She said, it is good to make changes. Changes brought me to the US. I did not plan on coming to the US. You see? So sometimes God can move you from one place to another.
He will support you. He will. You know how many people, most times people only make the right decision when the back is so up against the wall that they're dying. Then they decide to move. And then they go out and get a way better life than what they're used to being. But again, we're not listening to that little voice. We're not listening to reasoning. I'm telling you, most things that we go through, most problems that we come upon, we knew about it. Something is always just telling us that something is wrong, but we're turning a blind eye to it because it's much easier. And you're hoping that the problem goes away. It will not go away until you address it. Because you know what is, someone said this to me once, and I knew that to be the truth. I just never look at it in that package. Where you have domestic abuse, someone was saying that whenever that starts, it's time to go. Because let me tell you something, all of those abuse situations where it gets physical, the first time that either party hit the other one is always the hardest. Let me say that again. The first time that either party hit the other party, that's the hardest time. After that, it gets easier. Once you do it the first time, it gets easier. Once a person hit once, then because it took them a long time to get to the point to make that hit. Once they do it once, it's gonna becoming more frequent after that.
Yeah.
And many times people sit around and see the little signs that things are wrong, but they are comfortable. They are comfortable in their everyday physical life, and they don't want to walk away from it. But we need to understand, what do you want? Peace of mind? Or you want to be living in luxury around you, but you're in prison?
Yeah, GKH, let's pay attention to something. Somebody just wrote something right now. Lillian is saying, my heart is bleeding right now because my sister is going through the same issue, but she's afraid to quit the marriage.
And Lillian, why is that? Do you know why is that? And yeah, that's the same thing we're talking about. People will, that hurts. And I can't even imagine what you are going through, knowing that this is your sister and you understand, you see everything that's going on. My heart goes out to you, Lillian, because even though you're not the one in it, but I can see it affects you. And it should, as it should, because we should be your brother's keepers and all that. I don't know if this person is your sister biologically or a sister as someone you have taken on into your circle, but whichever way it is, because I heard from my friends, just friends, they don't have to be biologically attached. I heard from them. They're going through something. I'm going through it right there with them as well. So I understand. You know, but we have to get up and do things, man. And I recently I did a video that I haven't released it, and I spoke about not believing in resolutions. And this is my personal opinion. You know, everybody have the perspective on life. I do not believe in resolutions. Any day that I realize that something is not being done right, and I realize the right way to do it, that's the day I start changing that. I'm not gonna be finding out in December that, oh, you know, I realize I should start dieting because I'm getting too big and I'm probably gonna have a health problem. But you know what? It's Christmas. I'll start in January. No, I'm starting right now. Right now. So I don't believe in resolutions. If the thing is wrong, fix it. The moment you realize, fix it, because it will grow into something else. And then when you think you are ready, you have a mountain to deal with.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents right now.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Roxanne, how are you doing?
Gracefully. We are waiting on you to say something. Beautiful lady.
You're just making me blush this evening. I don't want the contour to come as well. It doesn't start contouring people here. Okay. Like I said, the previous time when this topic came up, I asked her some questions. You know, 2 wrongs cannot make a right. Yeah. Your husband your husband is cheating, fine. But have you searched your own self where you are pushing him out? Are you satisfying him sexually?
That's a good point.
It's not only about being in bed, I know, but there are some other things you need to do in marriage to, you know, spice up your marriage.
I don't know about the spice really, but yeah, you have a good point.
Yeah, Mr. TK, what I'm trying to say is that for me, my husband is a traveler, okay? When he's not at home, I just wear anything, I just leave my hair and do whatever. But when he's home, when he's home, oh my goodness, you don't want to go there. When he's home, you don't want to go there. I bring out my best long wig. I will install it.
I hear you.
But when he's not home, I just have my natural hair like that. So then let me carry go.
I hear you.
There is a way you spice up your marriage that even when your husband sees another woman outside, you say, is it not just long hair, makeup? My wife does all these things. So what is it that she has as my wife does not have? That one aside, when you are too attached to your husband, like you are so, how do I say, you don't let him have breathing space. Any slight chance he gets to go out there, he's going to do something bad. Women should learn how to give their husband breathing space. If he wants to hang out with his friends, fine. You can even say you want to join them. You can even ask him, oh, can you tell this your friend to come over with his family? Let's have a dinner. Or can you tell this your friend, we can just have couple dinner or something like that. These are things that will spicing up your marriage. Then don't start laughing.
You better not start laughing.
She has started again. She has come again. Because mute the other one.
She's trying to hold herself.
No, you don't want to go there. I bring out my best long. Please, can you mute the other one, Sister Fiola, please? So another thing, Trisha also said that I'm in full support of. As a woman, you should have something doing, but you already said she has something doing. Fine. Getting a divorce is a no for me, because it is against my faith for me to even advise someone to get a divorce. Two, if you know this whole issue is hurting you emotionally, you can just take a break. There is no harm in taking a break. But you taking a break, make sure you are not taking a long break, because maybe in the process of you taking a break, before you come back, someone else has replaced you. It is good to take a break. You can just maybe go for a holiday for 3 days or 1 week, but don't do it too much.
I'm gracefully. I see Joy saying something there.
Yes.
And
yes.
let me just kind of see me respond to that. Joy, I don't think she was actually trying to promote or embrace that situation. Because I too agree with you, Joy, that no one should use any reason at all to be cheating. You enter into a marriage and there are vows.
Thank you.
Vows that are taken not just before man but before God. So I am in agreement with you, but I don't think Grace was actually promoting that if the woman is not doing certain things, the man should go ahead and do anything. I don't think that's what she said. I think she's just being realistic and saying that we are human, and sometimes it's like, put it this way. We back in Jamaica, we have a saying that if you rub butter and puss mouth, they're gonna eat it. So in other words, don't be giving him any reason. Nobody in the relationship should be doing things or not doing things that could make the other person's mind want to go to the point of trying to go elsewhere to seek anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that shows, but I don't think she's promoting it.
I'm not promoting him to go cheating.
I don't think she's promoting it. But I agree with you, Joy. I agree with you.
Don't create room that will make him go cheating.
Yeah.
That was what I was trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me say something about that. The first reason you gave, or the first thing you said gracefully, you said, she should try to spicing up the marriage, look good and all that. Listen, there's something I used to do when my husband dresses up. I don't like what he's putting on. I tell him that no, this is not look good. Change this top. See your complexion. You need something that will pop you out. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
The same applies to the guy. If you feel you don't like your wife's way, there are things she needs to change. Tell her. Take her out. Go buy those things. If you know those things you like out there, go buy it for your wife. Okay? I mean, you saw her, you loved her the way she looked, and you married her. You should be able to take good care of her. Okay? If you don't like her kind of underwears, take her out. Take her to Victoria's Secret. Buy those ones you like. Let her wear those ones. That's for you. Okay? Take her to the gym. That's why you guys are married. You don't have any reason whatsoever to look outside. You don't. That's why they ask you when you say you want to get married. Your people will ask you, are you sure you are ready? Marriage is not, it's not moi moi. It's not that you are cooking, you are making akara or whatever. There are a lot. That's why when you go there to take the vow, they say, for work. Because when I was getting married, on my wedding, when it was time for me to leave, I didn't want to leave. I carried they took my bag. I was there in my mom's room. My mom was trying to, push me out. I said, no, wait first. Then she now said, there's one advice my mom gave to me. In fact, there's two of them. The first one was, she told me that marriage is like a long letter. So when you get into the marriage, you just be reading that marriage like you'll be reading it like you're reading a letter. Whatever you see inside that letter, that's what it is. You change those GKH. You cannot be up here on the high table and be giving golden slap now. You know, we're even supposed to be paying people to come up here. You even came up here for free, and you are still.
I will go down and still slap. How about that?
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. So you see, let me tell you, this marriage thing. She told me that one. She said, just go there and do the best you can. Be your best you in your husband's house. And I took that advice. The second one she told me was, know less and be happy. When you try to know everything, you'll be miserable in the marriage. But that is a different, like when my friend stroke my sister told me this, and I said, how did he even know he cheats on you? She told me that those things come to her, that I asked her if she goes to her husband's phone. She said no. She told me how she was on her own because they use iPhone. The two of them use iPhone. The husband was sending text to another woman. The woman's text now came to her own phone. And I'm like, what is that one? You know? So it's God's way of wanting to show her what is going on in her marriage. You understand me? So this whole thing that's your number one point. It's not a reason. It's not a good reason for a man to cheat on his wife or a woman to cheat on her husband. That thing you like out there, buy it. Sometimes I see, there's one guy that came, I saw one day. You need to have seen these sandals he was putting on. I could not take my eyes off the sandals. I had to walk up to the guy. I said, please, where did you buy these sandals? I want to buy for my husband. He told me he bought it from Macy's. I rushed to Macy's. I did not find the sandal. I had to order it online. Why? Because I love that sandals and I already know it will look good on my husband. I'll go to Nigeria. Our native wears. I will look for them, those good designs. I'll make for my husband because I want him to look good out there. All right? But where the problem is when you make the person look good, and then when he goes outside, he will now go and be grabbing other women, or other women will be looking at him. You see what I mean? So, but gracefully, that is not it. If you know how those women you see outside, those wigs they wear, those makeups they wear that attracts you to them, go walk up to them, ask them, please, where did you buy it from? Hey, where can I buy this hair? Have like this hair will fit my wife. Buy them for your wife. Okay. So
yeah, but you know some men, they don't talk.
Let me tell you, if you don't talk outside. But when it comes to your marriage, and you want the best for your family, talk. Okay. Talk. It's you that went to marry her, right? Talk. Remember, when you go to marry I said that in my last video. That's when I talked about the Ghanaian pastor. You cannot go to your fellow man's house and promise that man that you're going to take care of his or her his daughter. And then you bring that daughter to your house and you start maltreating the daughter. That's a no. That's very wrong. When you're talking about maltreating the daughter, it does not really mean when you stab her or anything. When you go out to cheat on her, you're maltreating her. When you don't look at her face, when you don't pamper her, when you don't carry her, because whether you like it or not, she's your baby. When you don't pamper her, you don't carry her, you're maltreating her. You don't deserve to be her husband. Do you understand me? And let me tell you, that's another reason why sometimes, who is in that kitchen? You people are making noise. Sometimes you hear that women are cheating on their husbands. Let me tell you, the reason why that one happened too is this. Number one, when last time we talked about this thing, we talked about satisfying, and you said it again today. If the woman, another thing is, does she satisfy her husband? Don't even go there. It's the man that we should be asking that question. Do you satisfy your wife? And it's still the same people that even answered that question, I think. It's you that said women are, or is that somebody else asked the question and then you gracefully answered that women are ever ready. It's the men that after they go outside to sleep with other women, they will not, when they come in, they are tired. They don't want to sleep with, satisfy their woman. And that's the reason why the women now, some of them will not be able to hold themselves. You see them out there. Because if you as a man satisfy your wife very well, she will not have any room. She will not even think of going outside. When you play your game, when you play your role as the husband in the house, let me tell you, women are you can easily convince them. It's just like, okay, now, last time we said, what if it's the other way around? A woman cheating on her husband and her husband catches her. What happens? She leaves that house that day. But when a man cheats on his wife, he will just come. That's when they look at your face. You come and look at your face and come and tell you how much he loves you, this, that. And then the woman will relax. And we forgive like that. Everything we end there. Nobody will even hear it outside. But when it's a woman's turn, what happens? The whole world will hear it.
Well, it's
Host, there is a comment here. There is a comment here, sorry. And Joy just made a point here. She says, I don't like men that don't talk or communicate in their marriage. Communication is a great source. And it's GKH, I'm very sorry, sir.
Ahead.
Permit me to say it's typical. Sometimes men don't like to talk. We women, we like to talk about how we feel. Most times men say, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. But if you don't talk about it, how are we going to know what's in? Because we can't read your mind, So if you feel like, just going back to gracefully again, if you feel like your wife is not, responding in the way that you want, you talk about it. You talk about it, and then once you've done it, and then if she doesn't change, then that's a different story for another day.
Yeah. You see, that's the truth. And Best Blessed Kitchen is saying, sex or no sex is a thing of agreement. Okay, open up to your partner. You see, for how long? Because that's another thing. Men don't check. For how long will you be cheating on your wife? Will you cheat on your wife? Remember, by the time you get to your 60s, you're old. And then you will now come back and face me. That's when you will now remember that you're married. You want somebody that will come and take care of you. Sometimes I used to joke with my husband. I'll tell him, I say, you better take care of me now. The best that you. Oh, my cheek is just, you people are just slapping me up and down. Thank you, my sister. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. So, I'll tell him, I'll say, listen, take care of me now. If you don't take care of me now, when you're old, I will not take care of you. My husband is a very young guy. Don't worry, one of these days, you guys will see him. You guys don't see him because most times he works at night. So during the day, he's sleeping. Okay, and to live at night. That's why you guys have never seen him. One of these days, you will see him. So, I'll tell him, take care of me now. If you don't take care of me now, when you get old, I will not take care of you. And that's how it is. Because when you guys are young, that's when your wife needs you. And then when you guys are old, that's when you need your wife, because that's when you want somebody to talk to. Who will come and talk to you? It's your wife. If it's not your, who will leave other young people to talk to and come and be talking to old man? Even your children too. By then, they already have their own children. Everybody already faced their life. Hey, GKH, you have come again. What is all this? Hi. Oh, I don't. Where did I stop, Ifeola?
Don't stop.
What was
talking,
I saying? When you get old.
Yeah, but the thing here now is we are talking to the woman now because presently the man is not here. Okay, so we are talking to the woman and we are trying to make her know the advantage and the disadvantage of her quitting. Since she said she wants to quit, but we are not advising her to quit. We are only advising her to take a break, but not to quit.
Yeah, but at the same
so
time,
this is the reason why I'm letting her know. Yes, this is the reason I'm letting her know. I mean, she's already down. She's already feeling bad. But we also have to bring up some angles that she should see things that, okay, maybe this is what most homes go through, or this is what most families go through, but they still endure it, and at the end things work out. But most importantly, sis, you have to talk to your husband. You have to sit your husband down when the kids are not in the house, in a quiet environment. You can just take him and go for maybe a coffee or something. Just talk like you know, when you knew each other, when you were dating. Try and talk about this whole thing.
Yeah, and if he's not in the mood to talk, because sometimes it's like that. Sometimes they don't want to hear. So when it comes to that, give him a break.
Exactly. If he doesn't want to talk, if he's not willing to promise you that he was gonna change, if he's not ready to renew his vow with you, then sis, you can decide on your own.
No, not like decide on your own. My advice to her, which I already told her before now, is if he refuses to listen to you, all you need to do is give him a break. Even if it means leaving the house for some time, it does not mean leaving your marriage.
Yes.
Give yourself a break, give him a break, so that everybody, like you said something, there's a point you made here. You said, we should learn to give our husbands a break. That some women are gum. They gum to their husband. They don't give them that, free liberty to do certain things. But let me tell you, that's free liberty. When you give that free liberty, you are causing problem for yourself.
Well, host and the rest of the panel, I believe that there's a time and a place for everything. And yeah, there might be times
guys,
when.
Sorry, KH, if you're not talking, mute your mic.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for everything. I understand that. And even the most sensitive of topics that has a lot of urgency to it, you might not be able to start talking about it at a certain time. Let's say my wife, I'm at home, something is serious to be talked and discussed about, and she's coming through the door very tired. And even though there's a level of urgency to it, that would be the right time as soon as she pushed the door to start saying, hey, we need to talk right now, put that down. No. So yeah, there's a time and a place for everything. But I believe that if a woman keep reaching out to her husband to sit down and talk about issues that's going on in the house, and he continues to refuse to sit and talk, I'm sorry, that's go time. Kick him to the curb, and if you can do the kicking, or if not, leave. Any man who wants to not sit down and discuss his life, because anything that affects one should affect the other. This is a partnership, sealed and signed with the powers of the Almighty. If you don't want to sit down and discuss that, if you keep going around it, then obviously you don't want to change. You don't want to effect any kind of change. That's why you don't want to sit down with your wife and talk. So I'm sorry, but I'm telling that woman, as a man, go. If there's a problem between you and I, and you don't want to sit and discuss it, these problems are like cancer. The longer you let it sit there, the worse it gets. And we're not quarreling. I'm just saying, hey, there's something wrong here. We need to sit and talk. And you keep going around it, putting it up, going around it, don't want to talk about it, then we don't need to be in this relationship together. Because obviously you think it's okay. And I am not okay. So I would just tell a woman who's involved in that situation that go. Yeah.
If you can remember, when this topic came up a few days ago, I asked the question in the chat and saying, does he feel guilty? Is he feeling guilty of his bad action, of him cheating on you? Is he feeling guilty about it? If he's feeling guilty about it, that means when when you both give each other the opportunity to talk, he might be willing to change. He might change. But if he's not feeling guilty about it, he can never change. I'm sorry to say, but he can never change. If he does not have a guilty conscience that he has hurted you, he has broken his vows, then he cannot change. No matter the prayers you pray, it will take the Holy Ghost to come down to come and change him entirely. As a Christian, the Holy Ghost dwells in everyone. And when you're doing something bad that is against the word of God, that conscience eating you up is the Holy Spirit that is talking to you, telling you this thing you're doing is wrong or what you have done is wrong. But when you're not feeling like that, then the Holy Spirit is not in that person and the person can never change.
Yeah, I mean, if someone is not feeling that they're doing something wrong, then there's no way you're changing them. There's no way. Because if you are accusing me as a man that I'm doing something that is hurting you, and I believe that I'm not doing anything wrong, then I'm not going to change. If I'm not convinced that I'm doing something wrong, then I'm not going to change. It just stand to reason. You know, if I'm telling you that you are doing something that is hurting me and you are trying to rationalize and say, no, there's nothing wrong with what I do, then you're not going to change.
Exactly.
You're not going to change. Yeah, so I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because he even though he said he's sorry, but at the same time he was also telling her that it's not enough reason to leave the house. After all, he's not the only man that cheats. Okay, it's a normal thing. So that story is not, that apology is not even, it's not from his heart.
The apology is not from his heart. If he had went down on his knee, or maybe if he has said it politely and so sorrowful that, oh, I'm so sorry, it wasn't intentional, this thing is not going to happen again. But him bringing in that it's a normal thing, even women cheat, that means he's not willing to change. That means he's not willing to change.
Well, you know something, gracefully, the truth of the matter is that we have a lot of people who are actors. And this guy could probably buy a whole truckload of flowers and throw in the house, and not only go down on his knees, but crawl on his belly and still don't mean it. So I'm not taking that. As growing up as a young man, I always remember my older folks kept saying this: action speaks louder than words. And I never let go of that. Action. You can. I have had discussion in my relationship where I've told people that I'm witness. It's nice that you tell me that you love me, but I'd rather you show me that you love me than just be telling me. It might be nice to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are hung up on it. Like, you have a lot of you women, if your man don't tell you that they love you, even if they show you they love you, you have a problem with it. Even if they're doing all the right things, you want to hear it. And I have no problems with that. You know, you deserve to be told that, you know, so that's fine. But I would rather you show me love than be just saying it out of your mouth, because anyone can say anything. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of lost my train of thought. There was another point I want to hit, but I'll come back to it as soon as I remember.
If you're like, can we hear from you? You've not said anything since we came up here.
Because you didn't give me the.
Sorry.
All right, we give you the mic.
Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Today's a serious issue. Stop laughing.
Ifeola, here's what we're gonna do. All four of us is gonna go down and leave you alone up here, right? So you have all the.
Anyway, I'm in my house, so I will stay there.
Okay, tell us something, because we have to conclude.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
this issue is serious issue because since yesterday I was thinking about that thing because a lot of things like that happen in the world. And I don't even know where I'm gonna start from because there's a lot of things. If we wanna be talking about it today, we will start from today. We will be always always be giving.
We'll sleep here. We'll just sleep here talking
We will
about it.
sleep here because there is a lot to say. And where I'm gonna start from is because I heard gracefully she asked it yesterday and today. I hope so. I want to know if the man was guilty, like because there are some cheating. We can say maybe it's about some temptation, but there are some, the man just want to do it. So I want to know if he's like anyone. None of them are good, but I want to know none of them is good. But I want to know if the man is if he's guilty.
Okay, so I guess
No, we already talked about it. We already said he's not guilty. As in you're trying to know if he's
Like he
he's
felt bad
feeling
about
guilty.
yeah.
How can he be feeling bad when somebody is telling you that is not enough for you to leave the house? That after he's
The
not
man
the
is
only
saying
one.
it's a normal thing.
It's a normal
Many
thing,
men
and
do it and women do it. So he's not feeling guilty.
Okay, what I want to tell the sister that going through this thing right now is not easy, and I cannot ask her to leave her marriage because even in the Bible, it's not like okay they are living together, they are married. I cannot ask her to leave her marriage because it's in the Bible that what God joined together, nobody should put asunder. So I cannot ask her to leave her marriage. She has to stay, but it's not easy. Like I heard a lot of us. They said if she wanna take some break or maybe some break and think about it, or if they have pastors or they have some elders that can call the man and ask him what is exactly his problem, because that one is not the first time, it's not the second time, and the third time, and the way he's even acting is like he don't care, like he's enjoying what he's doing. So if they can talk to him and ask him what's wrong with him, so he can explain what exactly is his problem. And the sister, she has to take heart. It's not easy. She already has 2 kids. So I cannot ask her to leave the marriage because I don't even know what to say, because the thing is just, it's turning me anyhow, because I felt for her. It's not easy. And that husband, I don't want to talk, because if I talk, this is my mouth, and let me just leave the husband. But I want that sister to take
Talk
heart.
it.
And that I want that sister to take heart and like be praying. It's not easy. She cannot. This is serious matter.
Well, if you hold on,
About excuse
let
me,
me just inject this.
Okay.
You're still holding the floor, but let me just inject this. You know,
Okay.
Jesus Christ came to earth and he walked, and he was supposed to be a man of non-violence, right? Because he came here to save us and the whole 9 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day he walked into a church, a synagogue, and people were inside there doing all manner of evil, totally contrary to what is supposed to be going on there. And the Bible said that he plotted some whip, and he starts swinging. He slashed people left, right, and center. He said, "In my Father's house, no, we're not tolerating that." Well, let me tell you something. sometimes we have to fight fire with fire. And I know I'm going out on a limb saying this here, but for someone to be in the wrong and treating it as if it's a joke. Oh, relax. It's okay. It's not so bad. And this woman is suffering.
Yeah.
He needs to meet up on some of my fellow country people, because I'm telling you, after a certain time they would be giving him back as much as he's giving to them. I can tell you that. And maybe that's what he wants. I'm not telling this lady to do that, but some of these men want that. You're hurting me and I'm telling you you're hurting me and you're not stopping. Okay, two can play the game. Back to you.
Yeah, it's true. I don't even know what to say, because the thing is just somehow.
Even if your life is hurting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the thing happens to me, because if it's not about the kid, I will ask that sister to fly away. Because she will get her own a husband. God will give her own, but she has a kid already, so it's difficult. It's not easy. And since gracefully, you were talking about the like sexual satisfaction. It's not true, because some men, they are crazy. You satisfy them. You don't satisfy them. Oh, there we go. They are like, I'm sorry, Daddy GK. I'm sorry. They are like a dog. My mom used to say, they are like a dog. If you put the food for them in a gold plate, if they are walking around and they found a food in the garbage, like outside, they will eat. No matter how you treat them, there are some of them is in the blood, and they don't know that they are doing wrong thing about that thing. So it's not about satisfaction. You can be given to every second. It's gonna be the same thing. So I don't know, but they have to call that man and ask him because I'm sure there is something there. Maybe he needs deliverance. Seriously, there is something there. He needs deliverance. They need to pray for him, because this is serious. And I don't know. I'm hurting right now. I felt bad for that sister.
Another way around this thing is this. Sometimes when somebody is behaving, a certain way, another way you can get that person back is bringing in his or her friends. Okay, and then the friends will sit him down and talk sense into him. But that can only happen if it's a woman. But if it's a man, most men are into this. Most men are parties to this. They know themselves. Your friends know what you do. So that's why it's hard for them to come and advise their fellow man, because they already know what he does and they do the same thing. So it's hard. That's why if it were to be the woman now, her friends can come and sit her down and trash her down. But men cannot do it because they are all in this together.
Yes,
that's what is bringing down their fellow man. But that's not the truth. Okay, you can be a player, and then you know how to play your own game. You can also talk to your friend. Listen, I didn't say don't do what you're doing, but remember that family comes first. Remember that without this woman and children, you're a nobody. Do you understand? There's a way your friend will talk to you yourself, but that one too. His friend can come and tell him that, guess what? The next time the friend comes to the house, he will not see him, or he will start avoiding his calls. He will not want to be close to, because that friend told him the truth. You see what I mean? So, Nicole is saying something.
Please, I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Yes, there is something I want all of us to know. If you are having issue, because I noticed something, if you are having issue or misunderstanding with your husband, We African women, we know each other now. We will be taking it, taking it for taking it long. We will be taking it for a long before we will, even if he approach us and he says something, I'm sorry or something like that, we will be still doing shakara, but that thing is not good, because when you and your husband, both of you have misunderstanding, and you guys are not settling it, like you are not trying to settle that one. If the man if he go out and meet a lady out and start talking to that lady, okay, then we start chatting, changing words, stuff like that. It will bring, it will push that man out. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. I don't know if you understand what I mean, because
Yeah,
you are having misunderstanding with your husband or your wife, and both of you guys are not ready to settle your issue, like to settle everything. The man won't like to come home, because he will say, if I come home now, it's gonna be like, okay, there is no happiness, there is no joy. Let me go out and have fun, have some drink with my friends, have this, have that, and he will start from there. It's starting from there. He will start from there, and now he will start looking for a girlfriend, someone that's gonna make him happy. He will start from there, because I don't know what exactly is the issue of that brother now. I don't know if it's that one or something else, but I know that in a relationship, if you are having issues or you are having a misunderstanding with your husband or your wife, if you guys don't settle it, it will bring a separation. So
that was why I asked earlier on. We don't have to judge the man alone in this situation. The woman has to check herself also.
Yeah.
She has to check herself on what she's doing wrong that is making the man do it.
Yes, because it's true. It's too much.
Let me ask you people another question. A man that cheated on his wife on his wedding day, what will you call that?
That one is sick.
That one was born a dog.
Okay.
He's sick.
So don't be saying that thing that the woman should check herself. I keep repeating this answer, this reply. No matter what your woman is doing, okay, remember, while you're cheating on her, you're committing sin. You know that.
Exactly.
So will you, because of the woman, go and commit sin outside? Why won't you change her? I'm saying it again. If she's good enough for you to marry, then she's good enough for you to change, remembering that this thing is for life. Okay? So that's still no excuse. That is no excuse. I'm telling you, no matter what she's doing, except if she's a thief or if she's a prostitute, then that I would understand. But besides those two, there is nothing you cannot change as a man. Remember, you are the head of the family. You're in the better position to even change your wife than she changing you. So what you cannot handle in your home, who's going to come and handle it for you as a man?
Yeah, but if the woman knows that the man was cheating even while they were courting, then she made the biggest mistake of her life, because you can never change a cheater. You can never change a woman beater.
Mm-hmm.
If she knows all these things before she got married to the man, then it's too late for changes.
No. That's a different story. That's not her story. I'm just saying, you people are saying that there's something the woman is doing wrong. And I'm asking you, a man that cheated on his wife on their wedding day, what has the woman done wrong? You have not even lived with her, and you already started cheating. So,
yes,
so what are you telling me?
Ma, I understand what you are trying to say. I understand you, but I just try to say what that, I don't know. I just try to say that. So, because in a relationship there is a lot of things that we push the man out. It's not only by dressing sexy inside or be looking good or by sexual
Give me two. Give me two reasons besides these ones that we already said. Give me another two. Just give me two. Don't give me plenty. Give me two.
don't give you what?
Just give me two reasons. You said besides dressing well and maybe cooking well and all that. Give me two more.
Okay. Two more. I can let me say this. It's not gonna be like I'm repeating the same thing, but when a man is not happy at home, when he's not happy, he will like outside than inside.
What is that thing that will not make you be happy in your house with the woman you love and the children you love? Tell me. What's that thing that will make you not be happy in your home?
That's why I said misunderstanding is one of
that he cannot settle, and you call yourself the head of the family. What is that misunderstanding that you cannot call your wife, sit your wife down and talk to your wife about it?
Yes, that's why I said when there is misunderstanding in a couple, like in a relationship, they have to settle it like a quickly. Because if they are taking it too long, it can push the man or the wife out. So it's just what I'm saying.
We have a new member. Hey, Team Omo Melody, you are very, very welcome to. I don't want to say club again. Gracefully said it's not a club. It's a family. Welcome to the family, my sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See, in conclusion, I don't know, but we've talked about this thing for so long. You guys will not believe it. We're almost 2 hours here. Okay.
That's why I say we cannot finish.
We cannot finish it, but in conclusion, to help our sister, I don't know, GKH, let's conclude this thing. Just if you have anything to tell her, just tell her two things. You tell her two things. Trisha will tell her two things. Gracefully will tell her two things. You know, if it's the same thing we want to say, let it be the same thing. It does not matter. Let her just take something from here, because after today, we're not going to discuss this anymore. You know, it's an ongoing thing. The truth is, this thing has been there before we were born. And it will continue to be there. But my prayer is, let it not happen let it not continue. But we know how far. You know, so but the thing there now is we have to advise her on what to do, and it does not mean she has to do what we say. It's up to her. She's an adult. Okay, we are only going to tell her our own opinion, give her our own advice, and then leave her to it, to take care of it. Or the only thing, the extra thing we can do for her is put her in our prayers.
Yes,
that's the most we can do.
Yeah,
we cannot tell her you must leave this house or you must stay there. Yeah.
I don't want to tell her anything. I don't want to tell her anything hard and fast. Meaning, and the reason why I'm saying that, I haven't been an investigator for some time. We always have this thing that we say that there is 3 sides to a story. My side, your side, and the truth. And so we are kind of on the outside. We have heard things, but we cannot come to a full conclusion because we don't know the actual truth of the other side of the story. We can just come to some assumption based on some of the things that we're hearing. And when you look at it from this side of the platform, it doesn't look good. But to make a 100% decision for me to say conclusively this is what she should do, I kind of need to see the other side of the story. But let's go on the assumption that everything that we hear is true. I think she should, if she haven't done that yet, she need to seek counseling, professional counseling if needs be. Maybe a pastor, if she can't go deal with professional counseling, at least get a pass to the person who got them together or someone like that, and they need to sit and talk. Now, if he refuses, that in itself is a big red flag. At that point, I wouldn't even need to hear his story. If he doesn't want to sit and discuss this, to have some an amicable resolution, then as far as I'm concerned at that point, he's guilty. Guilty as charged. And with that in mind, at the end of the day, I don't know how it is that it relates to kids. I understand kids are a part of the union, right? Or kids are part of the union, host?
Yeah.
Kids are
they
part
have
of the
to-
union. Okay, so
Yeah,
that makes the thing so much stickier to deal with, because it would have been the easiest thing for her to get up out of there. Let me tell you something. I don't think nobody should lock themselves into a prison. I don't think God was ever mean for any one of us to just suffer because of to let other people be free, able-bodied people be free to do whatever they want. But my first suggestion would, and it's because of the kids why I won't say the rest. That's kind of niggling in the top of my head. She needs to seek some kind of professional. She needs to get someone else into this in the middle of this thing. Someone who probably can put this guy to shame, to let him start to think otherwise. Because for her to be just sitting like that and suffering, it's not, that doesn't cut it. It definitely, that she could get crazy. She would go into depression. There's so many things. We could hear one day you come on here and say, that lady that was in this thing, God forbid she took her life. She needs someone else who is not just on the side saying things in her ears, but to actually get involved. And if this guy don't want to get involved, then she needs to take it to another level. And the other level, I am willing to tell her after she try and this don't work. But I think this is the first place we need to start. They have to come to sit down. I don't know. I'm not telling her about, she must decide whether she want to forgive him, what have you. I'm not even going there, but I'm just saying they need to sit and they need to get a third person, not just like a relative or just a friend, someone that's passing by, but someone who knows what they're about and can be neutral and speak the truth, and who knows something about relationship issues, and sit them down and they need to talk. That's where they need to start.
That is if he's willing to.
Well, and that's what I say now. If he's not willing to, then, as I said before, if he's not willing to sit down, then at this point, that's a big red flag. And to me, it's go time. And then if she wants to hear what go time is, I will advise her. I'm right here. Yeah. If he doesn't want to sit down to talk, then all hats are off. All gloves are off. It's serious time. She has to think about herself and her sanity and her kids.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll be hearing from Trisha now, but one thing I have to add to what you said is she can also look for somebody that she knows her husband respects so much. Somebody that he has
Absolutely.
so much regards for.
Absolutely.
Can also help the situation. Yeah.
Yes, please,
Sure.
that person should be a female, not a male. If that person is going to be a male, the person should be a spiritual person, not just a carnal person. Because if the male is a carnal person, and maybe the man is just going to get worse.
What's it, Barry?
Yeah, I'm telling you. So the male should be a spiritual person. But if she finds the opportunity of getting an elderly woman, if she gets the opportunity of getting an elderly exposed woman, then that person can, sit the both of them down or sit the man down privately and talk some sense into the man.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if gender should be considered in it, because right now, if I should get to talk to this guy, I know I would do justice to it because I'm not taking no sides. So I don't know if gender is really the thing, but I hear
think
you.
so. I think it should be a man. It
I
should
don't
be
think
a man.
I don't think gender has anything to do with it. I think it's somebody who's gonna be serious, knows what they're talking about. Like if I go into a courthouse, you know, the judge is a judge, and it shouldn't be. I mean, some of them take sides, but it shouldn't be a gender thing. It should be somebody who knows what they're about, who are gonna look on this side and look on that side and say, listen, based on the rubric that we use to judge things and how life is, you are wrong, and just say it as it is, and then find a way to get them to come to some agreement.
My
But
own opinion.
I hear what you're saying, though, Grace. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think gender should be a part.
I don't think it should be a woman. You know why? Because what about a case whereby a woman goes to talk to him and he'll be like, you don't understand what I see as a man. So he needs his fellow man, okay, that has a family like he does, okay? And then he will tell him what his own experience is, what he has seen, and how he was able to handle them. A woman cannot talk to a man in in this kind of situation. What do you know? Do you know what made how he goes to cheat? Do you know what goes on there? But his fellow man will tell him, this is how you can avoid it. This is what you should do. This was how I did mine during my own time, and it worked for me. So a woman should not talk. In my own opinion, I don't know, but for me,
good point.
Yes.
Good point.
Yes.
Because I think this guy is very arrogant. I think he's arrogant based on what I'm hearing.
He is,
and he needs to have a man who's gonna look him in the face and say, "Yo, where are you?"
Elderly man.
Yeah,
Elderly
you need
man.
a man who's gonna look him straight in the eye and like be serious. Like, what the hell you think you're doing, brother?
And
Yes,
drop him.
I think you have a point there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said
hear
earlier-
from you, because we need to round this up. We have been here for 2 hours. We can stay here forever discussing this one thing.
Can I quickly say mine? And
Okay, say yours so that Tisha
yeah,
can talk.
it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
That's why I said earlier she needs to go get some elders. If is the pastor from the church, but the person that have more experience than both of them, that can talk to the man and ask what exactly is what is the problem, so they can counsel them. So it's what I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best bless. I don't know. You have a lot to say, and I don't know why you decided not to come up here. She has been down there making so many points. She typed something. She said, preparation as a woman prepare herself to move into a marriage. That is exactly the way the man should prepare himself to move into the marriage. Yes, but this also goes to the women. It goes to us. While you're training your daughters on how to get into their husband's house and behave there in their husband's house, you should also train your son on how to treat his wife. Okay? Because
God bless you.
if we look back, you see how the women pamper their sons. Whenever they get into the kitchen, it's always the girls. Come,
Yes.
come. It's not when you get to your husband's house. Now you will not know how to cook. They'll bring you back here. They're in my house. It's my boys that make the breakfast. They are the ones that sweep the house. What women can do, men can do it. Okay, but when we pamper them, we groom them to be men, and at the end of the day, they will have nothing up there. It will be the women that will be doing everything. They'll be the one doing the thinking. They'll be the one doing good. They'll be the one cooking. They'll be the one cleaning. They'll be the one going to buy. No. Thank God for America. I thank God for abroad, because we know. I don't know if it's like that in Jamaica, but in Nigeria, it's the women. Women will do this, women will do that. Imagine my dad came here. The first time my dad came to visit me here in my husband's house, my dad, I just hit up his food and I left it in the microwave. He came downstairs, took his food from there, ate his food, and I went to wash his plate. I was there peeping. I said, God, thank God for America. In Nigeria, my daddy will come and wash plate. My daddy will come to the kitchen to do what? He will be served. Everything will bring up. He will even be giving orders. But here in America, my daddy washing plates. Even then, I was still at school. I had to leave my son, my first child. Then I had just my first child. I left him with him. I said, Daddy, take care of him. My husband traveled to Nigeria then. I told my dad to take care of my son. Let me go to school and come back. In Nigeria, which man will take care of your children? Not to talk of changing diaper. When I had my first son, it was my husband. Before my mom came, it was my husband that was giving him a bath. I didn't touch him. It was my husband. He would change diaper, do everything. Thank God for America. If he were to be in Nigeria, have you ever heard of a man taking care of children at home? You see, because that's how we mothers trained them. But it's supposed to be the other
this is why host, I believe that part of our problem is somewhat cultural, and people are still living back in the years, even from Bible days. This has been some serious practices, and it has somewhat continued to impact how mankind and the way people live to this very day. So the world is changing, but a lot of people are still holding on to some things from back then. And so you have civilization, the old and the new clashing. And this is where we're having some of those problems as well. Because a lot of men, and if you go back in history, women were just a different situation there. They were just homemakers. I read some things back then. I kind of put my hand on my head. I'm like, what? Women have to bathing their men. In times gone by, he wouldn't even take a bath by himself. The woman have to prepare the bath. The man goes inside there. She bathed him. She have to go till the soil with a baby on her back in something wrapped on her back. I don't get that. And all men did was sit around all day and talk about war and smoke. So it's some cultural things from back then that is kind of clashing with the newer settings that we have, and we just have to find a way to sit down and talk way through these things,
Yeah, our brother Emmanuel is here. Emmanuel is saying something. He said, I have heard of a man taking care and raising up a daughter and a son. You are very correct. I even know somebody that after the wife had a baby, he took the daughter because the wife wasn't feeling too good. So the woman had to stay back at the hospital. He took the baby home and took care of the baby for how long? My brother, we're not saying we don't have men out there that do things like that, but the percentage is very low. It's like 10% out of 100%, my brother. Okay? So it's rare for you to find such men. Most men here it's on you. You will even see.
Sometimes it's our fault, oh. Sometimes it's also our fault.
I am one.
Your hand?
I'm just telling you, I am one. I'm raising my hand. I'm one of them. I'm one. My 12-year-old son in the house, when he was born, I remember he born in approaching wintertime. And we were of the consensus that we don't want to, not like now, because right now we have washing machine and dryer in the house. So we don't go to the laundromat anymore like that. But then we didn't have that. And my wife was saying that, she's concerned about washing the babies, the newborn baby clothes in the laundromat. And I go, okay. And let me tell you something. I wish she was in the house right now to attest to that. I wash my son's clothes because his birth was a C-section. So you already know what that is. She get a C-section. She's basically out. She can't do much. And I wash my son's clothes. Wash in the bathroom. Every other day I'm washing out all these clothes. I hang it up in the bathroom. The place smells so nice because of all of these lovely, soap and things. The place is so nice. And for months and months, I wash my kids' clothes.
You're exceptional. I know you are one of the 10%. I know.
Yeah, that's why I raised. That's why I raised my hand.
The little time we have spent with you here, I don't know about others, but I think I know a little about you. I know how you care about people. So we know you. We know you are not part of them. But the thing, meanwhile, the best are you. feel free to jump on that link. Okay. Yes, feel free to jump on, because I know you have a lot to say. You want to contribute. So just feel free to jump on the link. Yes, even though we don't have any more time, but you can jump on that link. So the thing there is this, my brother. I'm not saying there are not men like that. Yes, there are, but they're very, very few. They are very, very few. Most men were, they were brought up with that mentality of, we being men, it's us that are supposed to go out and make the money, while the women will take care of the children and the house. Okay, but these days, this is what is going on again right now as I'm speaking to you. Men right now, they want to be working, okay, and then they also want the women to be working too, as well as taking care of the family. Okay, so now that's okay. You know what? That's gonna be for another day, but that's what I see that is going on right now, especially outside here in the abroad, the so-called abroad, not in Nigeria.
Yeah,
So
I had
nobody saying something else. So I
one
think
time. One time I
okay.
had some guests in my house. I prepared one big pot of egusi with, correct. So this guest came because it was my
It's
son's
correct
birthday.
that you mentioned now. This
Oh,
is
I said correct because I know the reason why I said correct. So one of my friends and her family with her husband, children, they came over to the house, and after the man, when they all sat at the dining table, and my husband went to the kitchen because my kitchen is in my dining is in my kitchen. So my husband just went and took his plate and dish himself. So my other friend served the husband, which is a normal thing, and she asked me for a bowl. I said, "What for?" She said she wants to take water and give to the man to wash his hands. In my kitchen.
You want to give me
The man is already in the kitchen because my daddy is in my kitchen. So you want to take bowl and give the man water to wash his hands. I just took her hands and took her out. I said, "Look, don't come and spoil my home for me." I told her straight, "Don't come and spoil my home for me. If you give your husband water to wash his hand in your house, you wait till you get to your house, then you continue that. All the men are going to the kitchen to wash their hands in the sink. So your husband should stand up and join his fellow men to do the same thing. Don't come and spoil my home." Then after the man finished, "Oh, my sister, this food you prepared." My wife does not prepare this kind of food though. You know, those kind of men that like to put their wife down. Those typical African men, in the presence of other fellow men, you put in your wife like she's not a good cook or something like that. So what am I trying to say? Fine, we know our parents over-pampered most of our African men, like 99% of them. But you as a wife, when you're courting, there are things you should let the man know that, look, I love you. It's not that I don't love you, but this thing, as we are planning to get married, I'm not going to be doing this. I'm not going to be tolerating this. So the earlier, the better, because marriage of a thing is for better or for worse.
Yeah.
So that is my take on that.
At this point, see, like we said, if we should continue on this topic, we will be here, we'll sleep here, we'll just continue going because, it never ends. Okay, so we have to end this here. Where is Trisha? I wanted her to conclude to tell us what she has to say in conclusion, because we want our sister to take home something. We don't want her to just go like that. GKH already gave her some points, to go review, advised her, so to go think about it and try and see if that's gonna work. I've been telling her since then. Anyways, gracefully already said hers. I don't know, Trisha. I know she's taking care of her son, so I don't know if she's still available. Trisha, are you still there? So we might have to just come to the end of this thing. The little we already told her, plus the one her very good friends told her to, that should be able to help her. Okay, that should be able to help her. We've tried, because everybody's trying to, it's very sensitive. Everybody's trying to be careful here. Nobody wants to tell you leave your marriage, which is not, I think that's not even an option for right now. It's not that bad. Okay, so you just have to try some other ways. Then if those ones don't work, then you might now start thinking of that option. But to me, I think it's something that can be fixed. It's still early. 3.5 years is,
It's still
yeah.
very
Okay,
young.
okay, Trisha already left. She left. Yeah, she had to go. She sent me a message before that she went. Oh, she's here. Okay. Yeah.
Let me just do it quickly because my son is really crying and I have to attend to him.
Okay, dear.
And so I just wrote my own down so that I'll just stick to it. So all I can say is I think about your health and well-being, because from last time we heard that you've been crying your eyes out, and that's not good for your health because of stress and all of that. That's a big topic, a different topic altogether. Think about that. Then think about your kids. What do you want for them? Do you want to continue to see them in that environment? Think about, these are all rhetorical questions. It's a time for you to reflect by yourself, because I'm just going to be a little bit controversial. We were saying look for somebody that he respects. I've seen people that did all that and it didn't work. It just didn't work. People spoke and they still came back to square one. So it's only God Almighty, I'm telling you, that can touch his heart. Even if 100 people speak to him, if he has not decided to make it turn around, it will not do anything. That's just my own opinion.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, I think you should just take a short break to reevaluate your relationship with your spouse, and think about it like Gracefully was saying. I mean, I don't want to go there, but think about what you can do better in the relationship, and also think about whether or not he's willing to make a turnaround. If he's not, then I'll take a step back. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Good night, everybody. Thank you
All
for
right,
having me.
thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, my classy queen. Yes, so thank you so much. GKH, I thank you so
All
much
right, my sister.
for jumping on the link
Okay,
for
host.
me. Gracefully EUT, I thank you so much for jumping on the link for me too. Same goes to Ifiola. Thank you
guys.
so much. At this point, we have to end this right here, and then I'll see you guys next time. Okay. So thank you. And do not forget that I love you from the bottom of my heart. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, wow.